Hey, friends, Dr. Melissa here. And well, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't feel so friendly to about half this country right now, but I am still your neighborhood self care, self love, and pro aging expert. I wanted to start off by taking a moment to acknowledge how rough the past few days have been for so many of us in this country. Whether or not we were surprised by the outcome of the most recent election here in the United States, it still, at least to me, feels like a slap in the face. I've seen so many folks who I thought were people that I could trust show their true colors, which is why I really wanted to hop on here tonight, even though I'm super duper tired from hosting a retreat this weekend and I'm recovering from that. But this was so important to me. I wanted to chat with you a little bit about maintaining our boundaries so that we can maintain our sanity. Now, it's an understatement to say that things can be tough when our friendships or our relationships don't align with our values. And it's okay to feel hurt or disappointed, especially when it comes to the people that we care about. But I want you to remember that you deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift you and support you. Prioritizing your mental and emotional health is essential. And sometimes that means letting go of relationships that no longer serve you. Now, I want to avoid blaming or shaming folks if they decide to stay in these, for lack of a better term, toxic relationships. But either way, I want to encourage you to focus on your well being and recognize the importance of self care. And it becomes even more important right now if that's possible. So, you might be wondering where boundaries fit into self care. Here's the thing, it's involved in every single aspect of self care. Boundaries are one of the pieces of self care, and it is absolutely essential to our well being. So, I hope that if you're having trouble with holding, maintaining, creating your boundaries, that you will flex that muscle. I'm going to bring up a few slides. I know a PowerPoint presentation, so not my vibe, but I really wanted you to see a couple of skills. So, first, let's define boundaries. So, boundaries are hard limits between you and another person. It is a clear position or stance that you take that you want to be honored. I want to remind you that you teach others how to treat you, and you can always redefine how you would how you would like to be treated at any time. So please, please, please remember that. The purpose of setting a healthy boundary is to teach others how to treat you and how to define or redefine how you would like to be treated. Now, it's sometimes difficult starting out with setting clear boundaries with others, especially if you don't have a practice, if you haven't practiced or you don't have any models to utilize. But it's super important for you and your personal safety to learn how to assert yourself and be clear. Most aggressors out there are looking for easy targets. So, right now, I want you to give yourself permission to use your voice to speak up. And the people that you need to speak up are what I call red flag people. So, flag people are habitual line steppers in your life. These could be friends, acquaintances, family members, business associates. Maybe it's because they don't have their own boundaries, but they're definitely not respecting yours. And that is a huge red flag. So beware of those folks in your life, uh, those line steppers. The people that we want to be around us are what I like to call green flag people. They're respectful. A lot of them will ask you for consent on a regular basis. And I hope that you will add more of these folks to your life, especially in the environment that we're in right now. Now, I would be remiss as a doctor of Chinese medicine if I did not give you a little East Asian medicine point of view on boundaries. So let me just go over some quick primers and then we'll talk a little bit more about how to assert that boundary. So, really quickly, when I talk about organs, I'm not necessarily talking about physical organs, but each organ in the body is connected to an emotion, which you can see up there on the screen. Um, Creating personal boundaries is 100% essential to living in a vibrant and truthful existence. In traditional Chinese medicine or TCM, each of the body's yin organs, or the heart, the kidney, the spleen, the liver, and lung, have a spiritual component called its shen. And when these shens, or spiritual components are in balance, your emotional body is said to be at its healthiest. Now, the Shen that comes most into play is the one that is associated with the kidney. It's called the jur. And this is loosely translated as willpower. I like to call it won't power. It has to do with that uh, stored kidney energy. Uh, the the jur is strongly linked to the fulfillment of one's original destiny or their potential. So if you have a strong and healthy jur, you can accomplish the things that you wish to accomplish in your life. But with a weakened jur, that becomes hard to achieve. There is an ancient text called the Ling Shu, and it states when intent or the yi becomes permanent, we speak of will, jur. In a nutshell, Lonnie Jarrett put it best when he said the kidney empowers the virtue of wisdom so that in the face of the unknown, we are able to take correct action in the expenditure of resources by following our instincts rather than reacting to our fears. The kidney empowers the contender to flow with their instincts as the fight unfolds. So, what's this relationship between the jur and the boundaries? What's jur got to do with it? Boundaries, by their very nature, require will to enforce. A boundary does no good if what's set, people are allowed to violate it. From another ancient Chinese text called the Neijing Su Wen, it states that the kidneys are responsible for the creation of power. And without power, there is no will. And without will, your boundaries cannot be held. So, with that, let's talk about how we create a boundary. We create a boundary by holding fast to our beliefs. And I've created a simple framework, and you might get a little giggle out of this if you haven't heard this before. A lot of my longtime followers know about this, but some newer folks might not. But I call it the Chi condom, and I created this framework a number of years ago. And this process is designed to help you identify your needs and values, communicate effectively, practice self assertion, and uh, create and enforce your boundaries. So let's get into it. The first step of the process is the see, or conscious acknowledgement of what you see. Then we open a dialogue to address behaviors. You share how these beliefs, these behaviors make you feel and what you need to happen in the future. Directly state what you will do or you won't do if or when the behavior continues, and over and over again as needed. Finally, you make it work by following through with those consequences that you set out. So if you say, I don't want to talk about this anymore, and someone continues to talk about it, you may hold your boundary by doing a number of things. You could walk away. If you're online, you could do what I like to do, which is bless and block, uh, or unfollow if you aren't down with letting go of them completely. But uh, I just want to recap really, really quick. So, consciousness, open, needs, directly, over and over again, and make it work. So, I hope that helps you put things into perspective a little bit. And a final reminder, when you set a boundary, that makes your boundary muscle get stronger. So, working that muscle gets easier and you will feel stronger if you keep on doing it. So, I hope you learned something today. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you're catching the replay, thank you so much for watching the replay. I know this was a little bit less enthusiastic than a lot of my Makeup Free Monday videos, but I felt it was super important to come on here and talk about it. So don't forget your chi condoms. Don't forget to hydrate. And I will see you again soon for another episode of Makeup Free Monday. Lots of love. Bye, my friends.